All right, Shalom, Shalom. Call like Ma, Alahainawa, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Harakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who will teach well. And I want to say Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right. Uh, as the days go by and things change throughout the world, there's going to come a point in time where the Lord is going to have us go through tribulations, and these tribulations are a part of a test to make sure that we are worthy to be in the positions that the elect are going to be in, right? So I'm going to start off reading 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 17. But this is being read in the Good News Testament. I believe that's what G&T stands for. All right, let's see. Yep, Good News Translation. All right, Salakia, Good News Translation. All right. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 68. A vast mob of people is ready now to descend on you and devour you like flames. All right. So there's people that's ready to come against the men of the Lord. All right. They will drag some of you off and force you to eat pagan sacrifices. All right. And what's that main sacrifice that that people are going to partake in? See what this brings up. Here we go. Right. This, and it says C-hip and skin payment and skin payment matrix moment. All right. It says right here. It says this right here. All right. Are the size of a grain of rice and are implanted in the fleshy part of the skin between the thumb and the forefinger. All right. This is a pagan sacrifice, man. Okay. And how is this a pagan sacrifice? This is going to get people to continue to follow the system of Edomite supremacy. All right. And also skipping or getting away from Yahweh Shemel Shai. Right. It says this word right here. All right. Implants can be considered the ultimate form of mobile payment, skipping the smartphone altogether and in favor of giving people bionic abilities. And people will take this as them separating themselves from the world and giving them more pride and say, hey, I'm bionic, right? Like the $6 million man. All right. A small segment of the population is already lining up to try it out. All right. So this right here, this is an idol. All right. This is what people are going to be sacrificing themselves to receive. Okay. All right. Let me go back to 2nd Ezra 16. It says, if you give in to them, they will ridicule you, mock you, and humiliate you. All right. So those that give in and receive, this CHIP, you're going to be mocked, man. All right. When I say the people that give in, I mean of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, because you have been told and you're being told now through the Spirit of the Lord that this thing, okay, all right, that you see here on your screen is what's going to cause a lot of people to die. All right. Even in the hands or by the hands of their enemy. All right. Because this ridicule and mocking and humiliation could go any way. Right. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to sit there and make fun of you or, joke on you or say that you were, you were told this and told that, and then you went and did the opposite. That humiliation and mockery could come in a way, in a different, in a different types of forms. Okay. Verse 70 says, in many places near the cities, there will be violent persecution against those who fear Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, and we're coming into these times, man. All right, they got the Department of Homeland Security stating that conspiracy theorists are a threat to American society. Right here. It says the FBI assesses anti-government, identity-based, and fringe political conspiracy theories, very likely motive for some domestic extremists. All right. So these are times that we're coming into, and these are part of the test. You know, the CHIP, okay, being called a domestic terrorist or a domestic extremist. All right. Just because we believe in the Bible and we're against the ways and philosophies of America. All right. Let me see. Yep, USA Today says conspiracy theories pose a threat to our politics. All right. Let me see. Let me go back. So because of FBI bulletins like this and um, technological advances like this, where we're telling people to not partake in it, right? And the people that do fear the Lord, they're going to be, had in persecution. All right. It says the verse 71, it says the attackers will act like wild people. They will plunder and destroy without pity all those who still fear the Lord. All right. And fearing the Lord goes into respect and reverence for the Lord, right? And that respect and reverence goes into not partaking in this right here. All right. Accepting this as your God, this pagan idol. Okay. Also, not giving into fear when it comes to these attacks, all right, whether it be physical or mental, all right. Also, fearing the Lord goes into keeping his commandments, right? Verse 72, they will turn them out of their homes, and take away all their possessions, right? This is what's going to happen. This is a great time of testing, man, all right? You're going to be taken out of your home. It could be at midnight. It could be during the day. It could be while you're at work. It could be while your kids are at school. It could be at any time when the Lord wants to set it off, just to see how you are going to be. All right. See how you're going to react. And the main thing that we should do in those times are pray, right? Verse 73, this will be the time of testing for my chosen people, and the Lord's chosen people, all right, is the elect. Okay. We know Israel as a whole is the Lord's people, but those that the Lord chose to be with him from the foundations of the earth are the elect. Okay. Then this is a time of testing for them, but they will be protected, right? It says, and they will prove to be as pure as refined gold. All right. So they're going to go through the fire of adversity, and they're going to come out on top because the Lord is going to protect them. Right. Verse 74. But listen to what the Lord says. Listen. All right. Let's look up that word listen. See what that word listen means. Listen, it says give one's attention to a sound, an act of listening to something. All right. So give one's attention. Okay. So we're giving our attention to what the Lord is saying in this paragraph. We need to be giving our attention to all the teachings in uh corrections and admonishments, of the Lord. And but here it says, but listen to what the Lord says, my chosen people, the time of terrible suffering is near. All right, terrible suffering, right? It says, but I will rescue you. All right, the Lord's going to rescue us. All right. Don't be afraid or have any doubts. I am your power and I will lead you. So here we go. Two actions that we must take: to not be afraid or have any doubts. And to be afraid, we're just going to look at that definition right quick. I know it means to be taken out of your peace. All right. It says feeling fear or anxiety, frightened. All right. Worried that something undesirable will occur or be done. And we know suffering is undesirable. All right. Uh, and suffering is going to come and is going to occur. Right. It says, all right, yeah, well, that ain't got nothing to do with it, the last definition. But also, it, in other definitions I have read, fear means to be taken out of your peace. All right. And we have peace with the Heavenly Father through the Lord Yahweh Shai. All right. And so do not be afraid or have any doubts. I am your power. All right. The power of the Israelites. All right. And the Lord will lead us. All right. All right. The Lord's going to lead us. So let me get, I think it's 1 Corinthians. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. So there's been a period in time where people's homes have been raided and taken out of their homes, and their possessions have been plundered, right? And when Jerusalem got sacked, those things happened. And when just any type of war situation where a place was overtaken, families were separated, their goods were plundered. All right. My point is that this has happened before. All right. So this is why it says here, there have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. So the test or the temptation has happened before when you go through the suffering or the trials and tribulations, the testing that the Lord has set up for you. All right. But it says here, but Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted or tested above that ye are able. Right. So being able to do something, all right, is having the ability. Okay. All right. So the suffering that the Lord puts on us, we have the ability to overcome it. All right. We have the ability to endure it. But and then it says here, Yahweh is faithful, right? Let's go back to what we read in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. All right. It says 1674, Hear, O ye my beloved, saith Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. The Lord is going to deliver us, man. Okay. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt. Two actions that we must take. All right. So now how do we do that? When a thought comes into our mind, all right, whether it be a thought of fear or a thought of doubt, we must not give attention or a reaction to that thought. Okay. All right. I just learned that the other day. All right. Somebody told me that yesterday. All right. And that's something that you have to practice. All right. So I've been, through the Spirit of the Lord, been trying to practice that throughout my day. But remember, Yahweh is faithful. Let's see what this word faithful means. It says faithful. It says trusty faithful. All right. Of persons who show themselves faithful in transaction of business, the execution of commands, or the discharge of an official duty. All right. If you look at it in this and you can look at it in this light, The Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, giving us the law, statutes, and commandments is an actual business transaction, right? Because the Lord gave us something and we said that we would, honor it, and we didn't keep our honor in that regards, okay? So he carried out what he said that he would in regards to destroying us, all right? He did just that, all right? So the Lord is trustful, faithful, all right? All right, one who kept his plighted faith, worthy of trust, and the Lord is worthy of trust. The Lord can be relied on. Okay. All right. And all we have is the hope of the word. All right. The hope. All we have is the word of Yahweh Shema Shai, hoping, right? It's like Psalms 130. Right. This is Psalms 130 and 5. I wait for Yahweh Shema Shai. My soul doth wait, and in his word I hope, right? And when we look at this word hope, Yahweh, right? It says here to wait, hope, expect, okay? To wait for, hope for. And what are we going to be waiting for? What are we going to be hoping for? The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai being faithful and leading us, right? Like he said he will. Where's it at? Leading us, guiding us, all right? And delivering us, okay? That's what we're waiting for. That's what we're expecting for, because this is what his word is telling us, okay? All right. Also, let me go back. It says, continuing on, 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. All right. So the guiding and the rescuing and the deliverance of Yahweh Shema Shai is the way that we're going to escape this temptation. All right, the time of great testing, okay, the time of tribulation, the time of possibly, going through to the point of death. All right. Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. All right. Lessons that brothers put up throughout the four corners of the globe are encouraging and also meant to help you continue to fight. All right. And to continue to stay in the belief structure, all right, of Yahweh Shema Shai, right? Which goes into first believing that Yahweh Shai raised from the dead, all right? And believing that you're going to be saved, right? It says here, continuing on in Acts 14 and 22, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh, all right? So that through that tribulation, all right, we're going to go through tribulation. All right. In the NLT, it says, where they strengthen the believers, they encourage them to continue in the faith, reminding them that we must suffer many hardships to enter the kingdom of Yahweh. All right. We're going to go through trials and tribulations, man. All right. All right. Severe suffering or privation. All right. All right. Severe suffering. All right. All right. It says, what is hardships? A condition that is difficult to endure. Suffering, deprivation, oppression, a life of hardship, an instance or cause of this, something hard to bear, as a deprivation, lack of comfort, or constant toil or danger. They faced bravely the many hardships of frontier life. All right. We're going to have to go through many hardships, but we can do it bravely. All right. Because we're not going to be in the mindset to be afraid or doubt, right? This is the time where you must, talk to yourself in regards to not being afraid and not having any doubts, because we hope in the words of the Lord, right? Let me go to 2nd Ezra, the 12th chapter. All right, because it's going to be better for you to endure. As you're going to read here, it's going to be better for you to endure the hard times to make it into the kingdom than to pass away, right? All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 13, and I'm going to start at 21. No. I'm going to start at 16. It says, "For as I conceive in mine understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. For they that were not left behind were in heaviness." All right, because I was going to tell you, "Now understand I the things that are laid up for the latter days." And we are in the latter days where there's going to be trials and tribulations and suffering. All right. It says, "Which shall happen unto them and those that are left behind." All right. The ones that are left behind. All right. The ones that are still here, walking through the test of the Lord. All right. Being guided and protected by the Lord, being rescued, delivered by the Lord. Okay. Those are the ones that's gonna make it, right? Right. So those that were not left behind, all right, they were up there, and the Lord put them to death, man. They had a cruel death, all right. Possibly had a cruel death either by the sword, by famine, okay, by a pestilence, okay. Maybe a tornado came and got them, all right. Whatever the case may be, okay. Verse 19, it says, "Therefore are they come into great perils and many necessities, like as those dreams declare." So the ones that are left behind are going to go through great troubles, great perils. All right. Verse 20, it says, "Yet it is easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world, and not to see the things that happen in the last days. And he answered unto me and said, The interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the thing that thou hast required. Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation. He that shall endure," right? Let's look at this word endure. Says, "Suffer something painfully or difficult patiently." All right. It says, "Remain in existence, last." Okay. All right. So patiently suffering and remain in existence. That's very important to what it is that we're reading here. All right. It says, "Yet it is easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world, and not to see the things that happened in the last days." And he answered unto me and said, "This is the interpretation of the vision. Shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the thing that thou hast required. Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in that time, the time that we coming into, hath kept himself," right? "They shall be fallen into danger, are such as have works in faith towards the Almighty," right? So you're going to come into danger. You're going to come into hard times, all right? But your works and your faith towards Yahweh Shema Shai is going to deliver you. This is why we read in 2nd Ezra 16 to not be afraid or doubt, all right? Now this therefore they have, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that are dead. All right, so let's read that in the Good News translation, right? All right, it says, think I started at 16 or something, right? I'm starting 16. I have been thinking how terrible it would be for the people who will be living in those days, but how much worse for those who do not survive. They will be in great sorrow because they will not enjoy any of the pleasures reserved for the last days. But how terrible also for those who do survive. They will have to face great dangers and many troubles as the dreams have shown. So great dangers and many troubles are all tests, man. Okay. That we're gonna have to go through. And it's gonna be hard, brothers. It's gonna be hard, sisters. All right. But remember, don't doubt and don't believe and have faith. All right. It says, nevertheless, it is better to pass through the dangers and to reach the end than to disappear like a cloud from the earth and to never see what takes place in the last day. So you want to endure to the end, right? I think it's Matthew 24. It says, Matthew 24:13, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. All right. So it's a good thing for you to make it all the way to the end. All right. All right, right here in the NIV, but the one who stands firm to the end will be saved, but those who endure to the end will be saved. All right, so to stand firm is to have faith and that confidence that the Lord's going to deliver you, right? Because he said he would. Let's go back over here. There's just 16. You got to meditate on this, man. All right, you got to meditate. All right, the Lord's going to deliver me. The Lord's going to help me. All right, because he is. All right. It says right here, 2 Ezra 16:75, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide. Right? 74, I should have read 74 first. 2 Ezra 16:74, hear, O ye my beloved, say Yahweh Shai, but behold, the days of trouble, all right, are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. All right. The Lord's going to deliver you, right? He answered and said, I will explain to you, back to 2 Ezra 16 and 13 and 21, I will explain to you in the GNT, I will explain to you the vision, Salakia, and answer the questions you have asked. You have raised question about those who will survive until the end. The answer is that the one who brings the dangers in those days will also protect from danger the people who have stored up good works and faithfulness with the Almighty One, with Yahweh Shai, right? So those that are going to be protected have stored up good works and faithfulness with the Almighty, right? Those good works is being faithful to doing what you must do for his name's sake, man. All right. Repenting, going on the highways and byways, all right, and trying to be a better Israelite man. All right. Says you may be certain that those who survive are far more fortunate than those who die. Right. So those who survive all the way into the end, you are way more fortunate than those who die, right? But those that are going to be far more fortunate are those that have good works and faithfulness stored up towards Yahweh Shai, right? This also brings me to thought in this regards. This is a lot in here, but this is second Ecclesiasticus 10:2 and 10. Look at the generations of old. How would you do that? By reading, right? And see, did ever any trust in Yahweh and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or did he ever despise, or whom did Salakia he ever despised that called upon him? All right. This is important because when we go back into history, all right, our history, and see that the Lord has never forsaken any of our people in any way, shape, or form, you'll have that confidence in the Lord, because guess what? You're praying to the Lord, all right? He's hearing your prayers, all right? Also, you're abiding in his fear, all right, which is going into storing up that good works, all right? that that is required for you to be saved and protected from the danger, right? That he's bringing, right? Says, I'm gonna read this again. The one who brings the danger in those days will also protect from danger the people who have stored up good works and faithfulness with the Almighty One, right? So and abiding in his fear, walking in the law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability, all right, coincides with you doing that good work, all right, and you're not going to be forsaken, all right. But the whole point is, you know, a great time of testing is coming. You got the Federal Reserve about to institute their let me see what it's called. Brother just sent it in a group chat. They're about to institute the reserve instant payment system, all right? And that's only going to coincide with the CHIP, okay? And it's only going to get worse out here, man, as far as the economy, all right? Because the dollar is dwindling down and things are going in accordance with the way the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai wants them, so we can receive this kingdom that he has promised us, man, all right? So let me close out on this, see what this says in this version. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 13 in the G&T. Ask and you will receive. Pray that the number of days you have to wait will be reduced. Even now the kingdom has been prepared for you, so stay alert. All right, stay alert. All right, stay alert, Israel. All right, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem HaRakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who want to teach well. I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect, Kwam Yasharala. Kwam Yasharala, Mawafala Ball, and Ba'ah Mahar Adawan Yahushai. Kwam Yasharala Shalom. Shalom.